I'll shred them. And then I schedule where the bills are going to be paid on my computer, and then I tell him when they get paid, and then I put in the information online for most of them.
How did they get by before?
I don't know. When a bill is due, I'll literally go to my father's room and be like, I'm paying this bill, and he's like, okay.
Does he know how to pay bills anymore?
He does the old-fashioned way of putting them in signing a check and
You
mailing
put a check to a pigeon and they fly it away to the office.
Yes.
I see.
We actually, I was convincing him to make everything digital because it's better.
Mm-hmm.
And his mortgage payment, the USPS was too slow in delivering the mortgage payment, and they charged him a late fee. And it was the first time he'd ever been late for a mortgage payment. And he sent it at a good time and everything. And they charged him a late fee because the United States Post Office was too slow. And he got all angry at it, and I showed him the mortgage bill, and I was like, there's a line right here. It's like, does not matter when you sent it in. They only care when they receive it. And I was like, even if you predated, it doesn't matter. They don't care. They have it written in their bill, so you can't even sue them over it.
True.
So it's like the legalese is right there. So I was like, do it online. There's no fee. Do it online.
Okay. So you've probably been knocking. So let me.
I haven't, because I've been killing. I've been not killing. I've been not killing.
Been very
knocking.
not killing.
But now I'm knocking.
And Alex, will you be joining as well?
I guess. I said with immense enthusiasm. Just so goddamn tired. I slept in today and I want to go back to bed.
After dealing with all that bullshit, I understand.
It's a lot. I need to move my mic so that there's less chance there'll be echo. That's farther away.
Futzing around with my audio settings a bit. Do I sound good or better?
You sound much quieter.
You sound a little quiet. You sound a little quiet. And if you're sounding a little quiet to us on Discord, that means that you sound like a faraway mouse on Twitch. I'm sure, because everyone on Twitch sounds quieter for some reason.
Make me louder, William. I'm at 100%.
And I have you at 200%.
Oh.
I even checked my actual sound settings and my Discord volume is all the way up.
I put myself up even more. How's that sound?
It's better. You are audible.
Ludwig, please, for the love of fuck, just die.
Alright, and I am gonna try for the orphan with the whirligig saw for the first time. Don't know how that's gonna go, but we're gonna give it a shot.
I don't remember what I used against the orphan.
I feel like everything just becomes a blur at some point. Especially when dealing with
I
the
just
orphan.
remember screaming at the orphan.
You pretty
Screaming
much
louder
have
than
to.
he can scream at me.
And he does like to scream really loudly.
He is the screamy boss, really.
He's a fairly rude dude. And I have the wrong runes. Oh,
Why have you
wow.
done this?
We're already here. What are you growling at? Alright, orphan.
And then, another issue, right, is my parents have two different philosophies about dealing with this stuff, right? My mother will come up with a theory that is very wrong, and I'll have to explain to her in detail why it's very wrong, and it usually takes a while to dispel it. And then my father is someone who'll just get angry and just throw his hands up and just scream. And it's like, this helps nothing at all. And so those are two different issues.
Like, well, fine, I'm not gonna pay any of my bills. It's like, well, see where that goes.
That kind of
I don't
thing.
think that'll work.
Like, yeah, it's like, well, fine, I'll just live in the woods. It's like, okay.
I have actually staggered him like after every 2 or 3 hits. It's actually pretty wonderful.
Yes.
Oh, he hit me straight on the top. Fuck. Had a good flow going, but it doesn't do as much damage if I leave it with the saw blade on as it did with just the sword.
He probably doesn't care about serration as much.
Well, he got staggered a lot more. It was just that I couldn't do as much damage as I could with the other sword. Now we must compare with the sword once more. Okay, buddy. Let's try this again. I didn't change my runes again. Oh well. Totally fine.
Orphan, best friend. Let's do this better now.
Ooh. This is not friendship.
Your best friends.
Oh, and he hit me straight on the fucking. Okay.
Oh, for fuck.
At least now we can go back to the Hunter's Dream. And we can go ahead and change those runes.
He was at D! He was at D!
Shut up.
Hey.
D!
I understand.
People are asking a lot from me.
Well, you can help with Lawrence without doing that.
I know. That'll feel like a vacation going there.
Yeah, it's gonna be new game Lawrence.
Just go to New Game for the weekend. Get a herded.
Sounds really fun.
Mm-hmm.
Get the stamina rune. Another stamina rune. We'll do a Great Lake rune, I guess.
Do really, really well on a boss because the next run is inevitably going to be shit. Just utter shit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. It's a universal rule, though.
Kills you in the first 3 hits.
Uh-huh. Probably.
So, am I calling you?
How are you doing, Lawrence?
Well, I'm just getting back from the Hunter's Dream, so I figured that if you were already going that way.
I'm in a fight right now.
Okay.
Let me. Oh, no, it's fine. I died. It's fine.
I was about to say, it's like, it'll be short.
So yeah, you'd probably just
Find
wanna
a
put
good
your
place
bell on now. Once you get
where are
up
you guys
there or
gonna, hold
something.
on, before you charge up there, where are you guys gonna meet at?
I can just go outside the door to Lawrence's room.
I was about to say, this is a pretty long area. Well, William has made this hunter angry.
Well. And he's gonna be a right shitter.
So you need to ring your bell. You need to ring your big bell to hear the siren song of your cauliflower friend.
It's okay.
You hear nothing.
I'm not even there yet. It's fine.
It's fine. Ding-a-ling, ding-a-ling.
I know.
He rung his big bell. Now you gotta ring your small bell.
It's all that loot that you haven't even picked up.
I didn't
Would
even
love
know
if
that
you
was
could
there.
just go to Lantern. It'd be so nice.
That would be nice.
Seeing the loading screen of the Hunter stream so many times.
May you find your worth in the waking world. But I'm just going to another dream. Who pays for these benches?
I've now started to ring my small bell.
May our bells jingle jangle together.
That jingle jangle jingle jingle jangle. That song ain't so very far from wrong. Jingle jangle. They say, oh, ain't you glad you're single? Jingle jangle. Oh, Lily Bell. Oh, Lily Bell.
Get
Oh,
away!
to make a some fool, and this is why I never fell.
Leave me alone.
Birds. Jingle, jangle, jingle.
Oh,
What horrid things that you brought into the... You're gonna die before I even get into your world. Hello.
I'm actually a little upset about that.
Like, what did you do?
I was just running and he saw me
You
from
can run
completely
this whole
across the
area
bridge.
with, like, no issue.
He saw me from completely across the bridge. I never got anywhere near him. He must have just been coming my way.
Let me ring my bell again. That jingle, 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 That was a real long walk from those blood echoes. They were perilous to get back.
It's weird. I remember dying to an actual boss, but if it's gonna be that generous. I hear a jingle jangle.
Hello.
Hello, brother.
You've learned how to be like me.
We are beautiful, yes.
Bell
No,
ran, bitch.
don't you dare.
He co-
Oh,
better run.
Lord, he coming.
Oh, Lord, he coming. Go! Before he comes for us!
I'm coming.
Don't clap! You need to heal.
I'm trying.
I need to heal. Make him look at you. It's so beautiful.
He's punching.
Oh, you about to do some stuff. Fine.
I shanked him in the booty.
I hit him more.
I don't think he's
Okay,
happy.
he's now different. He's just a torso, and he leaves lava everywhere.
Oh. The lava hurts.
It does.
Oh! Oh!
Don't do what you're
I'm
doing.
trying.
I'd like you to not.
Oh, that lava defied physics for a moment.
Lord. I'm getting him.
He's real hot.
Gotcha, bitch.
Got
We
ya,
gonna
bitch!
get you.
Got ya, bitch! He got ya, bitch! He got ya, bitch! Ah, my God, he's dead!
You dead. You dead.
He dead. He dead.
You dead now, boy.
I made contact with you at the last moment.
Just barely.
Just a little bit of contact there at the end. Oh, man beast.
You got a rune from him, by the way. If you want
I
to
did.
go take a look.
I was gonna go do that right now. Ozzy is gonna go do that right now. So.
What do I need? More of you.
Oh. Assume the form of a ghastly beast. Oh my.
Oh yeah, we should have tried the thing. Go to the messengers, the shop there. I want to see something. Not them. No, wrong. The shop. And then what do they have for sale? Can you go through the weapon list? Keep going. Okay, not yet. So I'm gonna have to bring a weapon into your world. No, I will have to get to the orphan if I want that to happen. There was like a weird glitch where you can get the beast weapon by me having it in your world or something weird like that. Otherwise, you'd have to do chalice stuff, so I forgot to do that. Oh, I'm tired. Ludwig. Ludwig, you were at D. I had him at D, and I had plenty of blood vials, and he got me in a combo.
I'd help you if I could. Unless you want me to just make it harder for you.
I don't know. You might distract them. You would have to not die though, and it's asking a lot in higher games.
That's asking a lot of me. I like to think I'm okay, but I will inevitably get hit, and he will kill me.
But you just can't. But just don't do that.
That's
thing that happens many times in every fight. Don't do it.
That is asking a whole lot.
I'm gonna get you, Ludwig.
Gamino.
I doubt it's enough to level up, but is it enough to level up? Not even.
Farewell, good hunter.
Every time Ludwig hits me twice, I just imagine he looks at me, points real hard with a jagged finger, and says, "I cast death upon you!" Because that's what happens every time. But I'm not his charge attack. And that normally is a death sentence upon me, but he decides to do it.
Do either one of you know how much you set your bandwidth to whenever you host Parsec?
I haven't adjusted.
You can put it lower.
There's no, that's not what I was asking, because, whenever I do stuff with Tyler, it's always, like, it goes through, but it's a problem with lag, and I was wondering if we increase the bandwidth and put more pressure on his internet and squeeze it. But I didn't know how much it was, or if his was just already at a low level, and it just wasn't... Tell Parsec to consume more. You know?
Drink deep, Parsec.
because we'd be doing stuff and there'd be a hefty amount of lag, and sometimes, and it's not an issue that I have with other people whenever I'm doing Parsec, because I mean, we've done fucking Dino Bros on Parsec, so.
True.
But we'd be doing like turn-based strategy games. It's like, oh, well, give me a minute. So I was wondering if he cranked up the bandwidth. I did warn him though, if he turned it up too high, it'd be like when Steam's installing something. And it's like, nobody can do anything or anything else now. Parsec is on.
Steam does like to do that. They really decide that they have a monopoly on your bandwidth at some point.
It really seems like it doesn't matter how fast your internet is. If you're doing something with Steam, then nothing else can be on.
I've noticed the same as well. Like, have perfectly fine internet, nothing else is using that, but for some reason, there's just something about Steam where it just locks everything down.
Just walks into a room, slaps its big old dick on the floor, and says, "Okay, everybody."
Like, how you like that?
It does feel powerful having good internet. Like after I had Charter come in and they got up on my roof and fixed all of my decades-old cords that were apparently hanging on by a dream and a whisper. It's like, cause I'll install something on Steam and it takes no time. Literally installing at a speed like 4 or 5 times faster than it was before. It does feel powerful, wonderful. And all those times where something would not work, it's like, why? And now it works.
There was
fine.
never an answer. One of my notes, it was rated fine. Bless you. You healed me in my hour of need.
Jordan was always blessed with notes that are rated fine. He gives the most
You people never pull those down, and apparently all of my notes are really good.
Well, it's a good.
I checked one and it like had multiple hundred upvotes. It's like I don't know what you people are seeing. That's.
I appreciate it.
was
Though.
Oh yeah.
I don't need notes.
Hey, it's nice. It saved me there.
I want them to never speak to me or acknowledge me. Ever.
We are hunters. We are ships passing in the storm.
Da-da-da.
I finally bought an air duster for my computer, by the way, because I hadn't had one the whole time. I just happened to be looking through my dollar store and I could never find it, and I just finally got around to asking the cashier. It's like, do you sell them? You must, surely.
Yeah, they hide it because people like to hustle.
Behind the counter. Yeah, they pulled it down. I was like, oh, I'm not buying a gun. Like, if this was last year, I can go up to Walmart and just be like, could you give me a gun? They're like, yeah, sure, it's right here. It's like an air duster. You know, we have to put that in the safe.
Walmart also hides them behind the counter.
They do.
Make sure that the young children aren't buying them.
Mm-hmm.
But
I've hit it once.
Of course you have.
Try anything once.
my sister did it once, and I thought that she was gonna die.
Yeah,
So.
I wouldn't recommend doing it, but I did.
She blacked out.
If you're gonna do drugs, people. Come on now.
Like, don't just chug Robitussin.
Children, do drugs. Do proper drugs.
Proper approved drugs from your local street man.
Yes.
Is meth a good drug?
Enough people have tried it, so you know what the effects will be.
Yeah.
You gotta be safe.
But, yeah, I did that, and while I was spraying about, I sprayed my keyboard, and I tell you, I practically pulled a whole wig of hair out of my keyboard. This new keyboard that I bought only a couple months ago.
Isn't it amazing what finds its way in there?
I just like pull out a ponytail.
I just imagine somebody shows up to like the Wigs for Kids headquarters with a keyboard, just like
Just turn it upside down and like
there you go.
My donation for the year.
I know.
You need to beat that because this orphan fight, I think you need to beat it. When? You've done it before. Points at you. It's like, you've done it before.
I've done it before on an easier difficulty with other people.
Points a crooked finger at you. It's like, you've done it before.
Now I'm just trying to recreate that run where I got into the deep.
Like, well, I never progressed to the final playthrough of the game. Like, I'm on the Garamond fight, and then I was just like, I don't really need to do this. For, like, where I'd beat it, and then it'd be the final run with all the achievements and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to pay the Sony toll.
I hate the Sony toll. I'm pretty sure mine is coming up like this month, and that shit ain't getting renewed.
I really don't want to pay the Sony toll. Have to pay a $5 fine to get William through the game.
You wish to play a game that you already own with your friends? Oh, we're gonna make you pay for that.
Like, you gotta pay for the game, and then you gotta pay for the privilege of playing the game.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't think that'd be included, did you?
Why would it be?
We live in a time where if a game comes out and it's free, that means statistically you're supposed to pay for an exuberant, much higher amount of money for that game than if it
And
wasn't.
you would have just paying for it. I'm about to start looking for other hunters to help me.
William needs help.
Surely there will be other hunters of my level.
Like, this is the third stream where we're fighting the orphan.
You can go push that old man over, Garamond, if you want.
Well, I did suggest that in the last stream. If he wanted to, he could go fight Garamond if he's tired of looking at the
Just
orphan.
push that old man right over.
We've only
and
just
spit on him.
begun. It's fine. It's fine. I'm
I'm
refreshed.
pretty sure that's been said at the previous two streams. Like, we just started. It's like, oh no, 4 hours ago. Right?
I took a shower. I'm nice and refreshed.
Well, good. Get the sweat up then.
I had 2
He's fine.
peanut butter and marshmallow sandwiches. I am well fed. I am raring to go. Immediately
Right.
dies.
Who do you think you even are? I will crush you under my foot.
I think he will in fact. Oh no. were doing a thing. Why'd you stop?
To confuse you.
You were. I hate it when he pretends to be stunned and then he just immediately jumps and does that jump again. He's done that to me like 3 times. That's very rude. Phase 2.
I just beat it.
I don't. Oh.
Just do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
You never see him. Oh.
Ow, he takes up so much of the screen.
He flies.
That's really weird. I saw like 2 other ghosts that had the same costume. What if that is me? In another world.
He swings differently. He moves his body around differently in his second phase. And I gotta get used to that now.
Yes.
I have to study their body, watch their anatomy as it twists and gyrates in their attack moves. I must study my opponent ever closely, using my Sharingan eye.
Drawing like an orphan version of the Vitruvian Man.
I must observe. I must know.
Gotta lick the marble. I gotta date the marble. I gotta be the marble.
Ordering pizza. Oh, I closed out of the Domino's page like a fucking fool instead of watching my pizza come.
Bro, just chill, bro. It was just a joke, bro.
I really have the audio for Parsec turned off because the orphan screams so much.
It screams are all
It screams the most.
out of all of the screams, it does the most.
He screams so much and his music is anyway, so.
Come and help me, hunters. I see you fuckers just standing there in the other worlds. I'm gonna grab their ghosts like you're here now.
It's like, well, we're not on New Game Plus.
Like, maybe you should.
Get good, bro.
Game's been out long enough.
They've all moved on to Sekiro.
That's nuts.
And Neo. And Neo 2.
all goes well until you get hit hard once, and then you like it destroys your rhythm and like pattern.
Morale is done.
Yeah.
Like, oh, if he can hit me once, he can hit me again, so I'm dead.
Yeah.
I hit a point and I need to try and find a spot to heal, and I tend to go backwards first. And that's always
I'm
the
doing
issue.
that.
I remember whenever Jordan and I were doing the fight, it's like one of the number one screams we did is like, I need to heal, but we'd still be like jumping forward and hitting him still. It's like, I need a moment.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like, I need to heal. Give me
we know we need to
a
heal, but the only solution is to intensify the amount of
continue
combat.
and not heal even longer.
Yeah.
We'll start saying I need to heal, and then like 2 minutes later, that's like, okay, I have
Like,
time now.
oh, I'll get it in.
I have a chance. Da-da-da. Oh, second phase. How I love these.
Don't you?
I don't. I like the first phase more actually.
Well, he doesn't.
Better at it. Oh, he did.
I can't imagine how much sword blow does.
Oh.
It's like,
Oh.
like 9,000 damage.
Like an atom bomb into my chest. And then my military commander's like, walk it off. Walk it off.
Good.
Splitting the fucking atom over there.
Garmin's no pushover.
No, but I'd say he's more manageable than I do.
He's not these people,
Yes, he's a different person.
but he ain't easy. It's like he ain't no celestial emissary. His fight can be pretty comparable to Maria's.
I could handle Maria.
You could. You won after many attempts, but you did win.
The first attempt was like by far one of the best until the last attempt.
That was a bizarre. She's just like, I won't use half my arsenal.
It was
I'll
very
stand here and let you hit me.
And then
We'll
she
just see
decided
what he
that she
does.
might as well try.
And she's like, okay, let's actually fight. With Ludwig, oh, he'll like hit me like a nothing hit or something. And I was like, I need to heal that because if I don't, and he hits me with the big thing, I'm dead. There'll just be like a chip off of my health bar. It's like, that's too much.
Yeah. I mean, that's how we got for pretty much any bosses after a while.
Mm-hmm.
Where if they hit us even once, like, well, gotta use a vial.
Yep.
That was the rule we had last time we did Lawrence. So it's like, if you hit
Are going through a
if
lot of blood vials there. But
a wee little piece of fire touches you, it's like, well, then all you have to do is backhand you once and you die.
I can't move!
You're still alive! Oh, he's gonna zap you!
He's coming! He's coming! He's coming!
Oh,
No! Stop it!
I don't want to alarm you, but you have 3 vials.
I know!
why did you put that evil on him?
It's like, why'd you put that curse on me?
You Ludwig.
Okay, I
You
can't
stupid ass bitch.
not have him locked on.
Oh, they go fine.
He jumps so much!
It's all so fine.
Oh! I'm alive! You're dead.
We almost did it.
That's the closest we've gotten so far.
Like, he had a quarter of his health left. We almost did it. You did have to consume every fucking vial you had. But you can now see what we were talking about in the second form, where the answer is aggression.
It is.
Yep.
I
You
just have to
more.
not get hit by that one combo that automatically knocks me over like 3 times.
I used 3 blood vials during that.
You did it?
Just putting that out there.
You finished it?
Yes, I did.
Good
Yeah.
job.
With a whole 17 blood vials remaining.
Look at you.
Now I just have to go through the research hall and then defeat the
Like, now you just need to scream.
and then defeat Maria and then go through the entirety of the fishing hamlet and then I can maybe get to you.
Just run.
To like remember the quickest possible route through there.
I imagine the fishing village on that new game plus.
That should be super fine if I can run through that at least. Just don't get hit. Can't get hit.
Don't let anything touch you.
Because that
He'll
would be
do every piece of health you have.
like that is certain doom.
Just walking through. It's like, don't fucking touch me as you run past. I got places to be.
Don't fucking touch me, I know wrestling. They're kind of useless to me at this point. It requires so much to level up.
Millions and millions. Help is on the way. They are several states away, though.
The cavalry is on the way.
Many states away.
They're arriving in Black Hawk helicopters, but
If
they
you
are.
want to give me more time, like I said, you should just go fight Garamond because he'd be easier.
I believe the same. I think you should go fight Garamond and then either intentionally get murdered by the moon presence or use the bold hunter's mark to get out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, give me 2 more attempts.
1 more attempt.
Fine. I didn't hear no bell.
But there's many bells in this game.
I didn't hear no bell.
Hello, Simon.
I will also say, also like Maria, Garamond's one of those fights where at the first phase of it, it's like, oh, this is fine, and then it progressively becomes severely not fine as he just starts getting faster and just starts exploding.
Well, the only reason that I even beat Maria was because I was able to pin her against the wall and repeatedly molest.
That won't happen in Garamond's fight. In Garamond's fight,
An open area.
yeah, it's a basically in a cherry blossom field. It's very anime.
Yeah.
It's like a big field of flowers you fight it in, where very calming music plays. And it turns out if he had joined the hunt in the beginning, it'd all been fine and he would have won, you see, because he's a...
What is the fastest route through the research hall? I'll just have to go. Maybe I just won't be hit by anything. By the many things I want to take.
that will scream and charge at you, hands extended.
Oh, fuck. Like 2 hits from them kills.
Oh, good. They'll walk up to you and they're like flicking their fingers out, and each finger flick is like a 30 of the health. It's like
That's what happened there. A group of them came snapping their fingers down the alleyway, and they snapped their fingers at me. I was like, "Oh shit, Dad!
What you doing around here, boy?
Came to the wrong neighborhood, motherfucker."
This place ain't for people like you.
let's do Garamond.
Do Garamond.
Fine.
Just do it.
Fine.
And turn the music back on because there's going to be less screaming and interesting music.
Oh yeah, I could do that as well. The only thing I hear right now is
Uh-huh.
Like, I know.
Hold on.
Things happen to you.
Get a bold hunter's mark
I
ready.
was just thinking that exact thing.
Turn my sounds on.
The animation to use this is really long, so when the moon presence shows up, you need to immediately press it and then pray to the gods that it's enough. This is assuming that you win against Garamond, though.
I know.
Putting a lot of
Don't-
info in there. When William
Don't misclick because this is a cutscene where you get to choose what ending you have.
Don't misclick.
It's if you misclick, the game might end, and then we have to do a
Like
new
I
game
always
plus
offer.
playthrough because
You
you said you were gonna do all the
decide what
bosses.
So don't do that, please. If you'd, oh my good Christ!
Let me get a good look around the arena first.
The man with the IV, he hit me once and I died at full health.
Oh.
Flattened you. This is with a character. Remember, like Jordan has thousands of health.
Just-
Hunter, you've done well. The night is near its end. Now, I will show you mercy.
He gives you his
You will
offer.
die
You will be
Forget the
refusing
dream.
his offer.
and awake under the morning sun. You will be freed from this terrible hunter's dream.
You refuse.
What if I submit my life?
Then you get
an
the
ending.
Arnhem Sunrise ending. And the game ends.
Well, we can't have that.
You wake up and forget what happened.
You wake up and you forget all of this, and the cycle continues anew. But
Dear,
likely after you're dead, and
dear.
doesn't matter anymore.
What was it? The hunt? The blood? Or the horrible dream?
And then the old man stands up.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It always comes down to the hunter's helper to clean up after these sorts of messes.
He has a scythe.
Weapon. It's real fun. Very,
Tonight.
very good.
Gammon joins the hunt.
So if he starts doing stuff that looks real anime, become afraid. Like if he just starts flying in the sky posing, you should start dodging because that means he's gonna do like the attack that can insta kill you kind of stuff. If he ever poses, if he ever stops to do a pose, you should be worried.
Oh,
He's also worryingly fast. He is one of the more fastest enemies in the game.
you could definitely say that.
It's like he gets faster every phase.
I don't like that.
You are significantly like high over what would normally be for this fight, so you have that working in your favor.
I have never gone through this area so quickly. Already up in the rafters.
Just running and screaming.
It's like, I think I know the way! Let's go! You just have to go with God and hope that the way you're going is correct.
Avec Dieu.
Yeah!
Like it's also good that almost all of Garamond's hits are delayed hits.
That doesn't fuck me up at all.
You must accept
You must
your death.
accept your death.
He has I guess you could say 3 forms, and in between each form he'll switch up his weapon. So if he does, when he activates his trick weapon, his like combos are totally different. So like with the scythe weapon, he gets really hard and like a lot of the attacks are delayed. When he changes his weapon out, he tends to have really long, really fast combos. He does.
I see.
So you have 3 phases, and each phase has like 2 different forms that he goes through and shifts back and forth from that are all very different from each other.
He likes doing what you do, switch between your weapon types.
So unlike Maria, who like tends to later on she just like hooks with one style and sticks with it. He tends to switch back and forth as you progress the fight a lot. Like every dodge makes little flowers come up. Now he executed you. He got out. He did a pose where he put it behind his neck and he's like, okay.
It's
Like
coming.
anytime he poses,
That's
you have
on
to
you
be
now.
afraid.
It's just figuring out the timing for it. That's the issue.
He hasn't even started flying yet.
I know.
Maria just starts levitating in the air like Maria was. He like Maria, by the way, he does the quickening as well. So later on, he'll start doing the teleport dodging stuff.
Yay. Speaking of which,
Crouch! Who do you think you are?
come on.
Rats, who do you think you are? Away. Just randomly opening doors. Like, is this the way? Is this where I need to go? As enemies conga line behind me.
You just look at some enemy. It's like, are you the way?
Do you know how to get to Timbuktu? Have I gone too far?
It's just figuring out the timing. Fuck. Cameron, you've been sitting in a chair for God knows how long. How are your knees not just like buckling the instant that you stand up? Your legs should have just atrophied underneath you.
It's like I keep them freshly oiled.
Like he was already real good, and he's being empowered by a god.
Well, stop it. How about that? Maybe I can just push you up against the wall and molest you. Well, I almost had the timing that
Your
time.
death!
I didn't use a
Accept.
single blood vial though, and I think that's the most damage I've done yet.
Dun, 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 dun. I'm on Living Failures, by the way.
Ooh, look at you. You're doing so good, buddy. Keep it up.
Don't you fucking galaxy at me, bitch!
But we see all.
You don't see shit! Oh, it hurts so much. That's the ultimate of delayed hits because he does it's double delayed.
It is, and I hate it. It gives me a headache just looking at it.
So you've already dodged 6 times and he hasn't even done it yet.
I dodged twice, and then he gets it right when I land on the second one. But I've gotten slightly closer. I just never know if he's about to do that one uppercut attack or if he's about to do that. I would equate this with baseball, where you have to know if you're gonna swing almost the instant that you see the motion of their arm.
I can't see that fast. Like, how do you expect me to see that fast?
Well, that's why people are paid to do that.
Well, I don't know how they see that fast.
Genetics. And lots of training.
Also sometimes drugs.
Also sometimes drugs. Very much. Very much so. Barry Bonds, Mark McGuire. A bunch of them.
The Great Bambino, the Sultan of SWAT.
The Great Bambino, I don't believe that.
I don't know what other names. I was just naming names that I know.
Baby Ruth.
Baby Ruth. I'm not doing much damage to these living failures, by the way. Which is concerning. They appear to have lots of health. Which is very rude of them, I would say. They also do lots of damage, also rude.
Well, of course. Why would
Can I just skip to Maria? I actually like that boss fight. Actually, I have enjoyment when I am doing that boss fight.
I'd forgotten what enjoyment felt like.
I haven't enjoyed anything in a long time.
What is joy? The orphan stole it from me, and I've forgotten what it's like. Is it like that feeling of the sun upon your skin on a nice summer day?
Like a nice sunflower in a beautiful field. Not like these horrid sunflowers in this horrid not field.
These delicious blood flowers. Quite delectable to behold.
One hit shouldn't do half my health bar, okay? That's very stressful.
I
It's
agree.
stressful when you do that much damage, game.
I agree.
So I'm going through these blood vials. Sucking them down.
You must accept your death.
Garmin beats you a bunch. It's like, can I change my answer?
I refuse now. He's like, no, no.
It's like, I'll accept now. Fine.
But you've killed me. You've killed me already.
Like, that didn't count.
What do you mean
Had to
it didn't
accept
count?
it. You didn't accept this death.
But I'm accepting it now.
No, that doesn't count.
Rude.
He's like, no, it doesn't count. And as you start fading away so that you can be reborn next door, try again.
I'm on Living Failures, by the way, Alex. Just trucking along at a breakneck pace.
I heard. I'm eating pizza.
Well, I didn't know.
I heard they were taking half your health every hit,
They're doing that.
and they're very rudely not caring about the hits you're hitting them with.
It's taking many more shots than I would like it to. It's such a long boss, too.
That same attack every time.
That when you fuck it, it's like, god damn it. I have to do this again for like 20 minutes.
It did take a while to do.
They just got too much health.
They have a shitload of health, and there's so many of them.
Have you done Mikolash in your current playthrough?
No. Why the fuck would I do Mikolash?
Where he just like looks at you, it's like, die!
He would super cast death upon me. Oh, I felt my life flash before my eyes. Had no health and attack landed like an inch away from me.
Oh,
Accept your death.
awesome. Let me just listen to your music for a little bit.
Oh, thank God!
Oh, you did
Oh,
it?
thank fuck. I had 2 blood vials left.
Oh, you did it.
Oh, my heart. I've done 2 bosses now.
Look at you.
I feel death.
Now it's time
Help
for
is on the way!
Maria. Just becoming more and more dead inside. Walk into Maria's room more of a corpse than she is. Just like slump over on her jewel. It's like, can we just not today? Can you just let me through? I know the secret already. I promise I won't tell anybody.
He has an attack where he hesitates for a second. He has an attack where he hesitates for about 2 seconds. And then he has one that's like 2.5 seconds. And it's the 2.5 one that kills me every time.
I'm coming, Maria. I think by the time, if I show up in your world, I'll be a desiccated corpse.
I would expect nothing less.
You'll be in prime condition to fight the Oracle.
Yes.
Your mind won't be shattered at that point at all.
Okay, Maria, I'm here. At least I enjoy your boss. The corpse should be left well alone. I know. I know how the secrets beckon so sweetly.
He tried like 5 times to change his weapon. Okay, he's got a new moveset now, and he's got a gun.
Can't do that combo.
Get in that fucking corner! Get in that fucking corner!
Please get transformed. Okay, so this is the second phase.
What you doing?
He's going straight into his third phase. He's gonna be a real lot now.
Oh, he flew!
You are picking up.
Where did he... No, stop going that far. Oh.
To Maria.
gotten to the point where the choir is playing during Gehrman's fight, so...
Has he started glowing?
Yes.
Yes. He started glowing, he started flying after him.
Oh.
Like, now, Maria, we're using the same weapons, but I feel that your reach is a bit farther than mine is. So I'd just like to complain about that.
I got him.
Gehrman's been defeated.
Good.
Now you're going to see the moon, but...
I got him in the corner and I just started groping him.
Old hunter badge.
Let's meet God.
A guard. One of the guards.
Hi. Oh. Please don't touch me. Oh. Do you think I'm your baby? Do you just need a doll?
Dun-
It tried to absorb your essence,
It could.
and it failed because you were too much. Because you have the third umbilical cords in you.
Oh.
If you didn't have those, then it would have successfully absorbed you, and then you would have taken Gehrman's place. Also, it's even worse here now if you look in the sky and stuff like that.
It is.
Things ain't looking so hot. Oh, that mood's looking a little...
Maria!
So
You've
now
shot me
that-
5
now
times
that-
now!
Now that Lazy Bones Jordan needs to get good and get to where he
You could also
be,
just beat Orphan. You could do that.
so that we can
Well.
defeat the orphan.
About that.
Why don't you just beat him, William?
It's a good fucking
Why don't you just
question.
do that?
I've gotten closer
I beat
than
2
I ever
bosses
have before.
in a whole area.
Well, I just beat a
Time
boss
it took for
too,
you to
okay?
defeat 1 boss.
I just beat 1 boss, but I still beat a boss.
Uh-huh. And I beat 2 and an area.
Well, I beat Gehrman.
So yeah. You could help me with Maria. That wouldn't make the fight horribly terrible.
Potentially.
It's not like Ludwig where it's just instant death, or the Living Failures where it could also just be instant death.
Well, let me do this attempt first, and then I'll be there.
Okay. Like, I don't have to beat everything on my own people.
You are silly baby man. Okay. Next phase.
Now it's serious. I barely know his moves in the second phase. He's either dead or we are.
I understand. Oh. Okay.
You'll have Gord with Maria.
I will.
You'll get a bunch of souls out of it.
You will.
Because you'll be getting the New Game Plus 1,000,000 version.
That would be nice. Okay, let me go and do that thing.
By the way, you can get Garriman's weapon and stuff like that now.
Yep.
Okay.
It's available there. It has a wonderful, wonderful charged attack. It just like sweeps everything away from you.
Oh, it's a skill weapon.
It is.
I actually thought it would be a strength weapon.
Nope.
Okay. Astral Clock Tower.
Mm-hmm. And you'll want to stand right where the doorway would probably be.
Oh. Yeah, that's where I'm at.
It's a very
Calming.
specific
I think
area
that's
to
where
join
we
her
suck
fight
each
for you to
other.
be in.
It's like that little tiny hallway in between the two boss rooms, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one you're standing in right now. You have to ring your small bell.
Inventory. Would it be in consumables? Yeah.
This is small. You bring your small bell
Ding-a-ling, ding-a-ling.
and don't leave this area, or else they'll turn off.
Seeing myself in other worlds. That's so weird.
You're the only player in that level range in that area.
I'm seeing myself from the past. That's so weird.
I'm coming.
It's like
Huh.
they don't know what other players to pull. They're like, there's no one who's in this area at this level.
At first, I thought it may just be a coincidence. You know, it's like, oh, other people like the thing that I'm wearing or whatever. But then they were staying in the exact same spot, do it like with the exact same weapon, and then I saw them ring the bell when I rang the bell. I was like, oh,
You've
shit.
gone down a lot of layers. You're just
Mhm.
the other layers version of you.
We must make contact.
Let's kill her.
Okay.
So William, don't get hit.
Okay.
Don't get hit. Don't do it. If you feel like you're gonna do it, don't do it. I can do it, but you can't do it. Get in here.
Well, I didn't do damage.
You're doing some damage. You're chipping her. He likely has a full 3 times more health. Oh, well, there you go. Again.
Again, the better.
Okay.
It's like, don't get hit.
So I can tank one hit.
Well, no, you can get hit once in her first form.
Yeah, that's true.
Meaning in her later forms, don't get hit.
Just
Ring
can't.
your wee little bell again.
Put it in there.
I'm doing it.
I told you to put it in there years ago, and you said no.
I never needed to. I was
But
offline.
you would never need it, and I'm like, but you'll need it.
I was offline at the time for so long. I was offline.
I told you it was going to come up.
We knew. I think there would come a time where people are real bastards.
Mm-hmm.
It was only in the DLC.
Mm-hmm. The DLC is a lot.
The DLC is a lot. I'm coming.
You better.
Now, William,
Hmm.
if you die in this fight, it'd be a real dick move.
It would.
Because if you do, then he has to fight Maria with higher armor.
It'd be very, very dickish of you. I'd appreciate mightily if you didn't do that.
I can attempt. As I almost die.
Well, don't. I said don't do that.
It took like almost all of my health with one hit.
Really, William, I think you should get in there when she's not looking at you, but once she starts focusing her attention on you, you should break off and you let her get her attention on Jordan again. Run away. The moment she turns her head and looks at you, you need to run away. Because you're giving Jordan time to get back, regain his stamina, and heal himself. So that's more than enough assistance.
It's really nice being able to heal.
In my first playthrough, Jordan kept dragging me to New Game Plus, and I had to be fine with just being there to distract him sometimes.
It's like, push her against the wall!
Get out of there! Get out of there! Get out of there! What are you even doing? Your health is not 100%, and it needs to be 100%. If you would,
Like, what?
die.
What are you doing?
I'm helping.
You'll be able to buy any blood vials you need after this fight.
It's like, Maria, don't you hit me multiple times?
Oh, Maria, no!
She wouldn't turn around. I was hitting her.
She just kept looking. She stared harder and harder at me.
Sometimes they just keep looking.
I kept hoping against hope she would suddenly see you, but she saw nothing else but blood. Again.
Oh, let me go get my stuff first. I need more bullets and blood vials.
You out? Are you out?
No, he's
No,
a
I'm not
companion, so it doesn't restore.
Oh yeah.
That's the first time we've had to deal with that. Because usually
Yeah,
you
that's
just
the whole-
appear and then you go back and it's done.
Yeah.
But I'm coming. I'm almost
Jordan and I
there.
didn't deal with that much either, because 9 times out of 10, it wasn't the host that would die. It'd be the assistant, because the assistant has less health.
Mm-hmm.
But you're the assistant whose job is to distract and run away. So
It's a nice cushy job. I did some damage too, just not nearly as much as he can do.
Anytime she makes eye contact with you, you need to break off. Like, do not stay in and fight. As they would say in the boxing world, don't go on the inside, stay on the outside, Rocky. Hit her with the jab and then break off.
I know that movie.
But the eye of the tiger, I gotta get in. I gotta get in there.
No, if you get in there, she'll hit you with a right hook and knock you the fuck out.
True.
She'll George Foreman your ass.
She'll make your eyes swell up horribly, like that always happens every single movie. Maria, stop it! Maria! Maria!
Oh.
She just did it over and over!
And it's screaming, just Maria, no!
She did the same move 3 times!
See, it's like what we said with William. She used a move and said, "Oh, that's effective," and just hits you over and over again.
Again.
Okay.
Again, but better.
Ding-a-ling, ding-a-ling.
But much better. That wasn't nearly good enough.
She just didn't see me.
I know Jordan and I got into tactics where if one person was in real danger, the other person would just sprint at full speed and try
And jump into them.
Yeah.
Physically
like,
service.
swinging her sword. It's like, you attack me! We did that specifically if the host was in danger a lot.
Yes.
It's just, if I get hit too much,
Like
I die. And then it's a balance.
Must.
I hit
you
her
got-
lots, but she...
You gotta run in there and you gotta hit her, and you gotta keep hitting her until she looks at you, and then when she looks at you, you need to fly away.
Yep.
I hit her so much. I hit her like 5 times.
There's a rhythm you get into with the multiplayer. You gotta go back and forth with each person.
Yeah.
You gotta ping pong the boss back and forth.
Especially with the power disparity here.
Mm-hmm. Now don't do what you did before, Maria. That'd be real bullshit of you.
Oh, no, no.
She really wasn't caring about you much there.
No, she was not.
I'm gonna walk past William calmly. Oh, she's looking at you. Whew. She didn't know who she was targeting in that moment.
Sure. Bitch. Now just don't do that again and again.
You just pull back and heal, pull back and heal. You need to understand.
That's what I'm here for.
Ooh, Jordan intensify your dodging! Oh, Jordan! Oh, she's changing forms.
Good for her.
Oh.
I think she might have killed William. I think William killed William.
Blew you up on the way out.
I asked her for a hug. Ding-a-ling, ding-a-ling.
We just gotta get him through Maria, and then he can sprint screaming through the fucking hamlet.
Fly through the hamlet. I know the way. It's in my mind. I know the path. Maria doesn't want these secrets to be uncovered.
No, she does not. I'm hitting the wall, getting that good experience.
I don't know if that gets you any experience.
It gets me the experience of hitting a wall with a sword.
I guess you get that experience.
Lego. Where the hood at?
I am terrified of what she's gonna do in her other form because we haven't seen it.
The blood and the fire.
What if she kills Jordan one hit in another form?
That'd be
She
real
might.
bad.
That's within the realm of possibility. She's.
Oh, she nearly pushed her against the wall. Fixed it.
Here it comes.
Okay. We'll see.
Where's she coming? Where's she coming for? Oh! Oh! Oh!
Fine. It's
Oh!
We can't even get near her.
That was going really well.
It's okay, I died too.
Jordan is wearing an outfit from the Labyrinth, by the way.
Damn.
A horrible bastard enemy of scum of the earth is who he's dressed as.
It's very grungy. I gotta go back again.
It's a witch, and she has one attack where it looks like she's blowing a kiss at you, and it's like a puff of fire, and it does an absurd amount of damage.
And she just burns you alive.
It's insta-kill potential.
Oh,
She also
She
likes to
does-
do it over and over.
that's terrible.
He's the worst in the world.
Real good outfit, though.
And so the tactic with her is you push her on the floor, and you attack her until your stamina is gone, and then you like dodge a bit until your stamina regenerates, and you find a good time to get in. You do that again until she dies. Because you need the fight to be over because she has numerous attacks that'll kill you instantly. So you need the fight to be over as soon as possible.
Yay!
Do
She's
what we did
horrible.
again, but better. Oh shit! Oh god damn it!
What?
Started the fight. I thought you were. A noise happened. I thought you were coming in.
Well, I'll just
Give me
wait.
a second.
Maybe you'll win.
No. It's fine.
But if William was there, he would gain a lot of blood souls.
I just marked myself out.
Yay!
I'm gonna look up Lady Marina. I'm gonna see how many blood souls William will
You
get.
should.
He gets the full amount, doesn't he? Or is it a percentage?
I don't know how it works. It's been so long. Oh, that was instant.
Chim chime. Hello.
Well, she gives 136,000 on New Game Plus Plus. So she'd probably give.
Does it even have the number for New Game Plus Plus Plus?
It's new. They have New Game Plus, New Game Plus Plus, and it skips to New Game Plus 6. In the list. So it's somewhere between 140,000 and 200,000 is how many.
fine. It's fine.
I would like a pie chart to see the percentage of damage difference. Like how much damage William's doing versus you. He is doing some damage. He does about 200 damage a hit.
I'm somewhat effective.
300 for it. Oh shit, that's still hitting me. Oh, that's far enough away.
Well, you're gonna die. He's charging up an attack and you're all only targeting her. She's still coming for you, William.
Oh shit.
Targets midair.
Don't get hit by that. It might kill you instantly.
It will.
I just assume every one of her charge attacks will kill me.
It would.
It could.
Her normal attacks at the final form have a decent chance of killing William. I know she's in a wall, but you can't.
You can't do what you were doing.
It's like Jordan has to be the one. Oh, you can't.
Oh, what have you done to me?
She instantly turned at me. I didn't.
Rude. So rude.
She instantly turned at me.
I could have gotten here on my own.
There was no animation. She was just suddenly facing me.
Yeah, boss. All the bosses can turn on a dime in multiplayer. By the way, if you didn't know that,
I didn't.
they all do that. So at any moment, you could suddenly be the person they're looking at.
I didn't know.
Like lion taming, you gotta get the chair out. You gotta flip it around.
Are you still in the fight?
Uh-huh.
Are you doing good?
Why would you ask that? Why would you put that evil on me?
You're doing good.
No, I died. The second you said you're doing good, Dad.
You're doing good.
It was going super fine, and then you said you're doing good, Dad.
I'd already said it. The words couldn't come back.
I know. You sent those cursed words at me, and then I died.
Well, I'm here waiting. I already did the ring-a-ding-ding.
The ring-a-ding comet tango.
Da 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 da. Like a sailor once said, ain't that a kick in the head? My head keeps spinning. Oh, please don't die. Hit me, bitch.
You don't know what you're saying.
She'll do it.
Oh.
She'll do it.
She's still a bitch.
She's looking at you, though. Oh, she's still looking at you.
Not a you.
There are other methods of healing. Like the normal rules don't apply when you're fighting a character many worlds higher.
Well, don't do the exact same thing that you did that last time, Maria.
That attack, Jordan is incapable of dodging that attack.
I can't do that, so you gotta only do that occasionally.
Oh. Swords are so long.
They are. Oh, make her look at you. Please.
Trying.
Go against a wall. Oh, go against a wall. Don't look at me. I'm hideous. Oh, she's fucking sees.
Look at
I'm
me!
sucking down the
Look
blood.
at me!
I wish she'd go up against a wall so bad.
Oh, there we go.
God damn it. The double hit.
I greatly fear what her third phase will be like. I fear in my soul.
I think her third phase needs to just be we kill her instantly.
Yeah, because she'll attack everyone on her third phase with just fire everywhere.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. Ring a ding ding a ling. Ring a dong ding 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 a dong ding. Frère Jacques, dormez-vous, dormez-vous.
So tired, Maria.
Maria, you haven't seen what we went through.
I fought you in so many times already in multiple dimensions.
She's like, I've never seen you before.
I know your secret, Maria.
Who are you? Why are you here?
I already know everything about everything.
I know about the Hamlet and Garamond and everything.
But I must protect the secret of the hunter's nightmare. It is my
I already
duty.
know it.
Say cause or some say cause them.
Look at these tentacles I can make happen.
Come on, you raggedy bitch.
He does. William does about 243 damage a hit, by the way.
I do 349.
So
not
you
too
do
far
deal
off.
decent damage.
Maria just has lots of health. And more health because multiplayer.
Get against that wall.
Damn it! Oh, I got you. Oh, I don't got you.
Oh,
I don't got you.
God, she threw you in the air.
I didn't know she could do that.
She jabbed me nice and good. She's looking at me though.
It's very kind of her. I'd love if she just always did that forever and never stopped doing that.
That'd be very stressful on this end.
It would, but it'd be very not stressful on my end, so you can see why I would want that.
I understand, but I do not agree. Leave him alone. Oh.
I was at full health!
Don't worry, I got hit by the exact same thing.
It was just thousands of health, that's all.
I was at full health.
Just, no. Death upon you.
She just swings death down.
I need more bullets.
So we
She
now
takes the
know-
gravestone and slams it on my head.
So we now know that she can just kill Jordan if she feels like it.
If she so
Yay.
decides. And I get
She's like, I feel like I'm done with this fight.
It's just
Slam.
gone. Just dead. Can be doing everything right at full health, but if I get hit by that.
not kicking, one got beat. I kissed her and she kissed me. Everyone said, ain't that a kick in the head?
Why in the world did they choose to put a lantern inside her boss room
I don't know.
and a lantern right outside of her boss room?
I have no idea.
They knew. I don't know why they would put one in her boss room, but right outside of it, I
what
understand.
purpose that serves.
Ring a ding ding a ling.
In case anybody trips while they're going up the stairs.
Sunflower's watching.
Is it a blood flower? Or is it just some
kinda
weird
looks like it.
mutated flower?
Let's see. The blooming cold blood flower. It kind of looks like that. Except much bigger.
Much bigger. Hi.
Again, but better. Again, but so much better. What we did before, but don't make the same mistakes and also do better.
Yay. That sounds easy.
Just do that.
Are we gonna have to get to the point where we have to pay, where I have to pay the Sony tax, and all three of us fight Maria to get through, to get to the orphan, so we can all three fight the orphan?
No, there's no.
I don't think so.
Is that what's in the future?
No. Oh, make her look at you.
I'm trying. She looked real hard at me for a moment and I was almost dead. Please go.
Oh, please. Of mercy.
Oh,
Mercy for the poor wizened child!
oh, she's doing it. Face me.
Please face him. She's like, no, I like this other guy over here.
You damn coon. Ooh.
That attack, it just, I feel death.
Just please don't get
Well, you know, sometimes I will.
hit. Or don't.
And that is my right. My body, my choice.
Sure, I guess. I really
If I
feel
want to
like you
get
should
hit
try
by that
not to
instant
die.
death attack, I'll do it.
I really recommend trying not to die.
Oh, I'd love if you stayed. Oh, well,
Well, I'd love it if you didn't get hit by that.
too late.
And then I get hit immediately.
Too late.
Well, we have another 2 hours we can fight her.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. This is all just warm up.
It's a warm up. It's test. It was just 6 or 7 tests.
They are testing our strength.
We're just testing something. I don't know what.
Ring it on, ding dong, ding dong, ding.
Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. So tired.
I'm coming.
He will not be helping us.
What?
I was like, the Soviet Union will not be helping.
But the people must stand against the evils of Maria.
Hit that bitch! Oh! You didn't hit her! You didn't hit her!
I needed stamina. I needed
It
stamina.
was against the wall!
I hit her like 7 times in a row and she just refused
I know,
to
I wanted like 20. Oh, don't stop doing that! I don't know why that of all the regular small attacks she does. I was just like, I can't.
Can't see it, can't react to it.
She's like, leave me the fuck alone! She's against the wall.
She is. She's super against the wall. She's in the corner. There's blood everywhere. Oh God! Survive!
Oh, stage
go.
3! Stage 3!
For the
Oh!
third phase.
Okay. Just win. You just have to win.
That
There
was,
you go.
that was amazing.
Why have you done this?
He
Do you
insta-killed
hate-
him.
do
Hit
you
him once,
hate
he
me?
died.
Full health. Hit me once.
And we've left Jordan alone with that hell.
I'll go back and ring my bell.
Oh, she just clawed my heart out.
I'm gonna go get some more.
Pushed him
bullets
down,
and
stood on
vials.
top of him,
She
and
she
took
did.
his heart.
She just took it out. It's like, this is mine now. You don't need this.
Just full on Aztec ritual, ripped your heart out,
Did it in front of me.
laid you down, pinned you down, and just started cutting you
I was doing
open.
perfectly fine. And then she parried me. And then when she parries you, she takes your heart out.
Oh. I imagine she parries you and then she just walks up to you and just does a full on
Yes.
fatality.
Just slowly walks up to you, like takes you very gingerly, and then rips your heart out.
Sorry, I must protect the secret.
One of my notes was rated fine. I've got a note with 497 fines.
Look
What does
at
that
you.
mean? I don't understand.
Do you know which note it is?
Yes. I said fear the unseen in the labyrinth somewhere, so I was like, I don't know why.
It's probably
people
for
decide-
a invisible wall.
Oh, could be. That may be it. People really liked that one.
We'll both use the same weapon this time.
Maybe that will help. Oh, he's pummeling her. Lady.
That bullet hit Jordan right in his cauliflower head. Well, you got out your pummeling stick.
Gotta get away! Get away!
You do much less damage per hit with this weapon than you did with the other weapon, by the way, William.
I do.
Well, Jordan, you gotta live because he's healing too. Jordan, live!
It's like I need healing time.
I got you some healing time. She's looking at me.
Jordan, get out!
I know.
Oh, he got.
That insta-killed me.
He got on the backswing.
Damn it!
I was behind her.
The blood goes everywhere.
It goes everywhere.
I don't want to do this third phase shit on my own.
You'll be
It's
fine.
Throws the
bullshit.
sword down. It's like, I don't fucking wanna.
You'll be fine.
Like, don't fucking make me, you bitch. I'm dead.
You did it?
I'm dead.
Oh, I thought you said you did it.
No.
I thought it was very, very, like, calm. It's like, I did it.
I said I'm dead.
I will sit and wait.
Like, now, Maria, I've got all the insight in the world, so I can do this all day. Like, I got 79 Madman's knowledges and 23 Great One's wisdoms. So if you think I can't do this all day, I can.
She's like, how many eyes do you have?
That's exactly right.
Each dimple of the cauliflower is an eye.
Alright,
He didn't have enough room in his head for the eyes anymore, so he had to extend his head upward.
Yes.
You know, bitch, just stop trying to hit me. She's doing it. Look at me! I am the captain now.
Oh, oh.
Blood in me.
He hit Jordan with a choir.
She's doing it.
Now don't die. I'd love so much if you didn't do that.
I'll try.
It'd
She's
make
coming
me
for me.
immensely
Oh no, she's
happy.
coming for you. It's just hard to tell.
Be full of fear.
Her attacks are everywhere.
Why not? Why are you doing this?
You shoot through her health so fast in this 4 minutes. Like there we go.
It's fine. Totally fine. Absolutely 100% totally nothing at all is going wrong. Fine.
Always disquieting. It's like you're sitting here, and then meanwhile, in another dimension, Jordan's just like up on the ceiling, flying around with Maria.
I wonder what he's
today
doing.
and Maria.
So I think the strategy for the third phase is for you to totally not aggro her unless Jordan starts getting hit. Then you get in. You like hit her just enough to turn her attention. Then you back.
Okay.
I think in her third phase you should not be aggressive at all.
When you're aggressive, you die instantly.
Because
And then
every
my
hit she
heart
does
is
will
dropped.
insta-kill you on the third phase.
That is true. She does like to do that. Very well. We can handle that. I can feel it.
Do you have the insight to use the Black Sky Eye, out of curiosity?
What?
Do you have the insight to use the Black Sky Eye, out of curiosity?
Well, the arcane.
I think I do. I think I have third. Well, I don't think I quite have 30 arcane, but I have like 25.
Well, that'd be useful for the third phase. Just throw Black Skies over and over.
Yeah.
His range.
Health down.
It'd be useful to get her attention off of me. Oh, Maria, please. Maria, please. Maria, please.
Oh god. What?
No. He's a fucking shark. She senses weaknesses and then goes for it. Oh, she's got that gat. Oh, she's got it.
No! No!
Oh, we're up on the fucking thing.
Oh, that bullet like went in his arm and his torso, like the gap.
Oh, here it is.
Join me in the wall.
So much blood.
I need
stamina.
I need stamina. I need stamina.
Everyone needs stamina and health.
Oh.
Jordan almost got by the
Now just don't die.
I'll try.
Jordan, you need to not get instant kill.
There's something done!
Don't do it!
You lived!
She hit like the air in front of him and took half his health.
I saw. It was so scary.
I'm trying!
Need to breathe.
She needs to fucking die!
William, help! Kill her!
I'm
Throw your body on
sorry.
her!
She's coming! She's coming for you!
Just put your weight on her!
We did it!
I wanted to physically pick William up and throw him on her.
Oh, there you
Oh,
go.
I got 77,000 souls.
Oh, Anakin, I'm weak. Anakin.
Now the orphan.
Oh, I gotta go get there. Give me a second.
Can you call me to help you
Give
get
me
there?
a solitary. Yeah, that would be fine.
He can, but I
I don't
don't
know if that would help or not.
I don't know about that.
I don't know if that would really assist me or no.
Yeah.
Fair
I
enough.
just gotta get there. It's just a matter of time.
So you can go to the Hunter's Dream and maybe get a level up in,
I
and
should
then
be
use
able
the
to.
rest of that to buy blood vials and stuff like that.
I think I'm
Although I
still
don't
good
know
on
what-
blood vials, but I need more bullets.
Oh, go get the other weapon that I mentioned in the Hunter's Nightmare. Remember?
Go up.
There's
yeah,
that other
that-
thing. Go look around there while I'm doing this. Just fill
Yes, I
time.
could.
Farewell.
How many bullets do we have? 74.
It's like, Marie, I can't breathe!
I would sit on her ass and just hit her, and she just would not care.
She was very rude. Okay, fishing Hamlet, I'm coming for you now.
We're pretty golden now because Jordan will hit
There's
the
nothing
orphan
that can
real
stop
hard.
me there. In that Hamlet.
Like he'll go in, he'll slap the orphan and take a third of his health off.
That'd be
That's-
real,
I don't know if
real
I'll take
nice.
that much off.
And then I just got Garamond. Oh no, I got Garamond. Then I just
The
had the
moon
moon.
Yeah, the moon
presence.
Moon presence isn't even that difficult. It's not a big deal. Okay, open up clock tower. Why didn't you get
No
the
memory
weapon?
of fighting the moon presence.
You didn't even do it. You said you were gonna do it and you didn't do it.
He went to go fight the orphan instead.
Wait, what?
Why?
Did you want me to come help you?
No,
Oh.
get the
Oh,
weapon
the
in the
other
Hunter's
thing.
Nightmare.
Well,
Yeah.
I wanted to go die again real quick.
I think you just forgot what I said 2 seconds after I said it.
That
That's what
may also
happens.
have been the case.
So many bosses
don't-
have been singing this tune.
I don't like seeing or hearing the orphan music from your side when I'm just walking around the Hamlet's like, oh shit, is he coming for me?
He comes out from the sky and just jumps at you. Like in fucking Dark Souls 2 where the Duke's Dear Freya attacks long before the boss fight.
Oh shit, I didn't know he could do that. Okay, I just gotta run once and not get hit by enemies.
Every one of Maria's hits was fully doing twice as much damage per hit as what the orphan is doing in this fight. And the orphan hit, like, statistically, is supposed to hit way harder than the...
Uh-huh. That's how much more.
Then you can try to help get to the orphan, of course.
Yeah, doesn't that sound like fun?
Or he'll just look at William and William's health bar will start going down.
I'd rather not.
Sound that off. Nonsense.
Yeah, there's a lot of screaming in my ears. I'm at the lighthouse lantern.
Are you at where you need to be already?
No.
Oh.
I said I was at the lighthouse lantern.
Oh.
So I
I
hit
don't
that
know why
one and continue running.
Yeah.
It's like, no. I'm not that good.
Okay.
I do
so
think I
where else
remember
do
where
I
I'm
need
going.
to go to get the other weapon?
Go first lantern, go out shortcut, and then go right. Maybe. Or maybe not.
Maybe, or maybe not.
That's all I
Yeah,
got
this
for
is the
you.
one he wasn't so sure about.
I wasn't sure, and I'm also concentrating on other things.
Fair enough.
Ain't got no time for you snails. Ain't got no time. Bum, 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 bum. Ain't got no time for you snail bitches. And I've completed the fishing hamlet. Record time. Don't tell me that ain't the record time.
Whoa.
Well, if that's the case,
We'll
Then
go
maybe-
look for the thing.
I was about to say then maybe fuck this one.
No, get it. I'll just give you...
You fish people are nothing now. You don't even scare me.
You're not at the right place at all.
What? You
Except
said
the first lantern.
Yeah.
First lantern.
You mean like
This
first
isn't
lantern
the
in the
first
whole
lantern at all.
nightmare?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant first lantern in the fishing village.
No.
Well, let me go back.
Okay, shortcut opened. I am now ready. My body is ready.
Well, if you're ready, then I'm just gonna go to you. That's.
Okay. If you don't want all the weapons.
I don't have enough souls to get all the weapons anyway. I haven't bought all the weapons that I can buy.
It's like Gehrman's alone is like 60,000, and that's a considerable amount of blood souls for his new game level.
for-
That's
Okay.
enough for me to
I
level
remember
up.
Oh, I know. I bought it in the new game because it looked real interesting. I've been wanting it for a while. Oh, I'm so glad I'm ringing my small bell again. I hate ringing the big bell. The stress that it brings.
You just have to take out one of your eyes and just squeeze it in your hand in order to ring the other bell.
Uh-huh.
Ring that big bell.
Dong 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 dong.
That's fast.
It's very fast.
Mysteriously fast.
You just appeared on top of one.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
He like came out of its chest.
Oh, let's just get in here.
Go summon invaders.
Oh, I'm trying to remember the orphan. All I remember is aggression.
You need to remember quickly.
Yes.
I don't like not having health. It's very bad.
real nice when he doesn't have to focus anymore.
Turn down the intensity a bit.
He does some leap strats.
Oh. He is a winged.
Oh, he hurts.
He does.
Hurts me lots.
William, never get hit by that attack that this doesn't work.
I know. I know. Lightning.
Uh-huh. Oh.
Oh. And then he blitzed me out of nowhere.
Why have you done this?
He jumped at me from off camera.
Stare at you. I'll stare at you, orphan.
He jumped at me from off camera. I couldn't have reacted to that if I wanted to.
Oh, I need more blood vials. This is annoying.
Oh, well, that's not good.
It's a bad sign.
Something
Well,
tells
we're
me
down to
you've been using a lot of them.
No, not in that sense. I'm fine. Total. I just don't have any on me. No. I have like 500 in the bank.
Okay, that's good. I had 600 before this day started, and I'm down to like 300.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if you can just summon me from when I'm up here. That'd be real convenient. We'll test that. The things that I'm hearing happen.
Don't worry about it.
Do I need to buy anything? I got a lot of blood echoes on me. I haven't bought nothing in a while. Not really.
Well, the message leading up to the orphans, like, time for cooperators.
Repairing all my stuff. Might as well. Okay. Lighthouse hut.
Ring a ding ding a dong ding a dong ding. Ring a ding ding a ling.
Small bell. Now let's see if I can get someone from up here. Because that'd be real good. Isn't that just fun to do?
It is. It's a good feeling. Until you just get too tired to hold it. Oh, I've discovered your bell. Did you have to come down for it?
No.
Hello.
Hello.
I don't give a shit about a bell ringing woman.
You've seen like one of them. Oh. Okay, calm down there.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh!
Fuck it.
Oh! Oh!
Calm down there, boyo.
Sprinted at you. He senses weakness.
They always
Sprinted at me
do.
to do the backhand.
We are just fighting all over this arena. Very rapid succession of it.
Don't do it. Don't do it. We were fine.
He juggled me
We were fucking
twice,
fine.
and then he hit me on the ground.
He did the slow 1, 2, 3.
He hit me the once, it knocked me in the air, and he hit me while I was in the air, and then he hit me while I was on the ground. There was little I could do about that. Once more.
Devilish thing they do the 1, 2, 3.
It's terrible. They need to stop.
Hit you with the 1, 2, buckle my shoe.
I don't want to buckle your shoe.
You will buckle my shoe. They all buckle my shoes down here.
No, no.
Why the fuck did we have buckles on shoes?
Why don't we have buckles on our shoes anymore?
Who decided that we needed buckles on shoes?
They're very
Here's a
powerful.
question. What is Velcro? Is that not just a buckle?
It's a better
They are very fashionable. Although one would presume people would be a lot more familiar with knots back then.
You know, I really feel like I feel like another thing to be more upset about would be the buckles on hats. Why would there ever be a buckle on a hat?
It's like I don't think one's head circumference varies that much day by day.
Yeah, there's no reason that you should have to have an adjustable strap for your hat. Unless you're just so
Like,
dirt
we got the
poor
big
that like
head
you're,
Tuesdays.
like you have to pass down your hat from generation to generation, and you got to make it
This
so
was
that
my great grandpappy's hat.
exactly.
You need to stop what you're doing.
He's doing the most. He dodged that just by walking. He's so powerful.
The bosses that slow walk are always the most powerful bosses. is saving him. Oh.
What have you done?
It's that thing where they take away your health when you're cooperating.
It's fashion. I looked it up, by the way. The buckle hat. It's fashion.
Oh.
And the Pilgrims never had them. It's like later British artists put them on them because it was fashionable. In the way that whenever you see a medieval painting that's depicting Romans and they're wearing like obvious medieval clothes that's not Roman at all, they supply the current fashions to the past.
All things are unchanging, you know? Stay away from me.
Next thing you're gonna tell me the Vikings didn't have horn helmets.
Well, sorry. I actually think that was a Wagner thing. For his opera.
Wagner?
Yeah. For his Ride of the Valkyries and all that, and the operatic performance of that, they did it, and it became popular. It wasn't until then that was a thing.
Kill the rabbit.
Probably a millennia after the Vikings.
But nationalism.
That's actually the reason for all that.
Nationalism is the reason for most of what we call classical music. It's mostly Romantic era music, which is almost pretty much universally for nationalism. John Philip Sousa was one of the last,
It's all
the last of the line, I guess.
A whole thing.
America's romantic composer.
Well, America never had nationalism. We have nativism, which is different. It is different because one of the elements of nationalism is a mystical origin, which America by default doesn't have. There's a difference between being a nationalist and a nativist, because a part of the American nation is embracing immigration. It's part of the American way.
I thought that
nativism
fascism
is
specifically would be based off of the historical, or not historical, but mystical past.
I would compare it to the same people who try to act like communism and Nazism are the same thing, because they both killed loads of people. It's like there's a big difference between nationalism and nativism. There isn't really American nationalism, it's nativism, which is a different thing. It's like a key element of nationalism is requiring a mythic origin, and that's one of the reasons that the Germans started looking at the Vikings and stuff like that a lot, because the Germans don't really have that as a culture, so they just stole a neighboring country.
That was us. We did that.
So they just stole another country's origins and said it was theirs.
Like, how rude.
Yeah. The whole blonde hair, blue eyes thing, that's because they all believed that they were originated from Scandinavia. It's not true at all. Obviously the Nazis didn't know that all humans were originated from Africa. That would have made them furious. Or that the Germanic peoples came from Asia. That also would have made them furious.
Why would that matter?
Yeah. It all comes back to Napoleon as well. It's a whole thing, okay? Like, another element of nationalism is that you require being occupied by Napoleon, which we also did.
I don't like when he hits me with like a simple thing. It's like, oh, that's half my health. I don't like the health taking away if you cooperate.
To be fair, he takes away half my health too.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Transformed by now.
Just keep hitting him now. This is a really good chance before he does transform. Do as much damage as you possibly can right now. Just hit him more. Hit him more. Keep hitting. Don't stop hitting.
Don't ever stop hitting.
There it
If you
is.
stopped hitting, you've done wrong.
I hit.
You've done wrong.
I have stamina and AoE.
You need to just not care about stamina.
He's calling his mother.
Oh, there are openings.
Yeah, if you're far enough away. Jordan, don't do what you're thinking of doing.
Oh no.
I was
Oh no.
considering it.
I'm trying.
Wait now.
I'm trying.
So close, you can be crying.
I don't know where he is.
Why don't you know?
And then you look over Jordan, and Jordan said, no.
Hit him, hit him, hit him. Don't. If you didn't do what you did, I'd use your bubba. Hit him!
It's over.
Hit him!
It's over.
You did it done.
It's over.
You got less souls from him than you got from Maria. You now have the cost parasite.
You do.
Now, you need to go over to cost.
Let me see what it says first. Or is it a key?
It's a weapon, the cost parasite.
This is a weapon.
You truly use it, you need to have the cauliflower head.
I see.
If you use it without, it just looks like you're punching people. That.
You gotta see the truth.
Strike
Do this
it.
first. All right, tiny baby.
Strike it down. Oh.
Somehow.
But,
missed.
Nightmare slain.
Yay, more baby killing.
I've done it. I've killed the
Isn't
orphan
killing
of
babies
Kos.
fun?
It's so fun. I love it.
Sweet child of Kos, returned to the ocean. A bottomless curse, a bottomless sea,
Let's see.
accepting of
Accepting
all
of
that
all
there
that there is and can be.
and can be.
I got
You gained a
lots
lot
of
more
eyes.
insight.
Look at the
Hey,
sky.
look at her face.
And her face. You gotta get a certain view there. See?
Oh, she does have a very human face.
She might have been beautiful. Maybe she sung.
Maybe, but no more.
Maybe she sung a pretty song like Alderoth did.
Look at the beautiful sky. Don't be rude. A corpse should be left well alone.
I did
Maria
learn
told
that
you about
lesson.
You were supposed to learn that from Maria.
I
Now
did
defeat the moon
learn.
presence.
Now do that, and then it's over.
So yeah,
Well
then
done.
defeat the moon presence and then the game's over.
And then it's over. Oh god.
Like, and then it's over, and then the
Make
weekday
sure
is the
you've done
weekend.
everything that you want to do in
Yeah,
in the
no.
first game before you kill it.
Very well.
More power.
Farewell, good
Do you say anything interesting at this
Gammon
point?
awaits you. Go,
No, that's
already
all she has
killed
to say
Gammon.
now.
hunter. I sense the ancient. Farewell, good hunter.
Fine.
Then ancient echoes.
Fine, fine.
What'd you want her to say? What the fuck is that shit over there? It's everywhere.
Just a screaming.
Alright.
Now go fight the moon presence.
So big and I hate it.
It's
Oh.
fine. We'll do lots of message.
Oh.
I have like just no memory of fighting the moon presence at all.
I needed.
Like just so much happening. I feel like I was still in my first new game when we went and did the labyrinth.
So, yeah.
So I fully did the whole game and the whole labyrinth, and then fought the moon presence.
Oh.
Okay, so that's the ability that you have 1 HP.
Yep. It's very rude.
That's the blood vial taker.
The tax you must pay.
I can't heal.
Yep. He does.
Since when?
Can't heal brought you down to 1 HP.
There's a way to make that go away.
Running.
He found me.
There's an item you can use that'll make that go away.
Saw the effect go away.
Well, I'd like to know what that item is.
I don't remember. I read that like on a wiki probably like 3 years ago.
Oh.
Yeah, I've never used this item he's speaking of to make that effect not happen. So.
Présence.
Oh, have I just been doing this with only 2 runes? I think so.
God.
You could have had all the moon runes on. If you had all the moon runes, you would have gotten, like, what? 100,000 blood souls from Koss?
A lot.
Something like that.
From the orphan?
Mm-hmm.
What was I gonna get? The rally potential. Guidance.
Oh.
There we go. Just so I can heal more. What items do I have? That none of these could even potentially do it.
Yeah, I'm not seeing what I was thinking of now. If you had there's a tool you can use to heal yourself, but you don't have that tool. You didn't find it.
What tool?
It was in the Nightmare Menses. It's a way to heal with blood with bullets.
I was never informed of this.
Well, it happens.
It's not something we really did, I don't believe.
No, I think we got it. We never used
As I said, I can't remember. I have no memory of fighting the moon presence, so.
That's the fireball.
What that is. Keep swinging. And there. I've done it.
But
I've finally beaten Bloodborne.
You beat Bloodborne.
I beat
Except for Labyrinth,
Bloodborne.
but you beat Bloodborne.
Except for all that other stuff. But you beat it!
I beat Bloodborne.
Gave an absurd number of souls that you can't use because the game's over.
Do the Blood Echoes not carry over into New Game Plus?
They do.
Okay.
Are you cool?
I'm sure they do.
It's you.
What?
You're different now.
It's you.
So don't you recognize yourself?
No.
Oh, good hunter.
It's so clear. It's so clear.
Am I the new moon presence?
You used vocal cords to ascend.
Childhood's beginning.
You were the child. The game was all about the birth of a new child, and you were the child that was born.
Blood.
You're going to be a god now.
Why me? Who is my father? Who are my parents? Didn't I come here?
It doesn't matter. You're a god
Doesn't
now.
matter.
Ascend.
Okay.
Flying up into the air.
The doll will raise you.
Wait, wasn't the hunter's dream falling apart?
It was. And now it's not.
It's your realm. It'll be your realm, same as the Nightmare Frontiers Amagalas, or the Hunter's Nightmare was the Orphan of Fossils.
Was there a particular reason? Is it because I ate the umbilical cord?
If you hadn't have eaten the umbilical cords, whenever the moon presence came down and gave you that kiss, then you would have became Garum. It would have sucked your life essence out. So the endings are: you accept Garamond's proposal and he executes you on the spot, and you wake up and the night passes. You wake up in Yarnum, and people start like coming out of their houses, and the night's over, and the hunt's over. And you don't remember any of the events. And then the other ending is you reject Garamond's proposal but didn't do the umbilical cords, and you fight, defeat Garamond, and the moon presence reveals itself and it sucks you dry. But you don't care. So you can now be Garamond. And then you got this one when you ascended into being a great old one. Like Rom.
It all makes so much sense now.
As you once did for the vacuous Rom, grant us eyes, grant us eyes.
Wait, so Rom was a person before?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Rom was a lady, and was a member of the
Bergenworth.
Bergenworth, yeah.
So why was she chosen?
She probably accumulated a lot of eyes with her, well, just like you did.
And were the spiders her former disciples?
They got the umbilical cord from Koss, so I'm sure they used that.
Yeah, and it was the same thing that Mikolas was trying to do, but wrong. But wrong and stupid.
I like that in the voices there, one of those were baneful chanters. Like, what does that even refer to? Which baneful chant?
There are lots of baneful chants.
Weep with them as one in trance.
Now I gotta figure out what to do on weekday streams.
You gotta figure that out.
Do Outlast then. That would be a good time for that.
I could go ahead and do Outlast.
Because it's just single player.
True. And it is a lot.
There's some scenes to Outlast we just need to hope that Twitch is okay with.
I'm sure. It's Outlast, I'm
sure.
sure.
It's an M-rated game. It's not an X-rated game, even though it could totally be an adult game if they so desire. But if Twitch wants to have more aggressive censoring standards than the ESRB, then fuck them.
Yeah. There ain't no way on earth with how popular that game is. There ain't no way.
I'm down to try it. If they strike my channel for that shit, then fucking
I
whatever.
promise. There's super other people that have played.
Well, the base game is bad, but Jordan, have you seen the DLC?
I've seen the scenes, yeah.
Yeah. The Whistleblower DLC it has a lot of scenes in it too that are a lot.
But I'm sure.
I'm looking forward to it.
The Whistleblower DLC in general can really get you. Because in that one, there's a man who wants to make you his wife, and so as a male, there's an element of where it's like I'm very afraid. He walks around with fucking straight razor in his hands, like you're going to be my wife, and it's like oh.
Okay.
He wears like he has a big fucking smile, and he wears like I guess you could say like the old style like Candyman like stripey outfit, and like a bow tie, and he's like he has this big fucking smile he has, and he comes in, it's like hey beautiful, and he has a fucking straight razor, and he captures you, and there's a horrible scene.
He's a real dandy, I see.
Oh yeah, there's many people playing it.
Well, we might start that up. We still got a ways until we finish up Crusader Kings. Maybe like another 3 or 4 weeks out of it. And then after,
That's a long game.
It is a long game, but we've gotten through the slog. Everything from here on should be a lot faster.
Like, I didn't realize what a long game that was.
It's possible that we might end up doing EU4 even longer.
Yeah, that's
Because
true.
the timeline for Europa Universalis is going to be longer because the start date's going to be earlier than normal. And in Europa Universalis, when wars happen, you need to be very careful.
You gotta know where you're sending your men, when you're sending them there, what the terrain is, what exactly they're going to be doing there.
Yeah, Crusader Kings, so that whole like just take the men and grab them and throw them that way. You can't do that in Europa Universalis.
It's a good way to lose your entire
You'll
army
get
very
shot
quickly.
real bad if you do.
That's why we need to do some real genocide throughout the countryside and make everyone Gaelic.
So that we don't have to deal with that problem.
Just that way we can make all of Britannia nice and stable before we
All
go
the
to do
cultures
other
are all
things.
wrong at the start of EU4. Imagine how many rebellions we're going to have to put down.
Oh, don't you worry.
Just think about it.
Just go do it.
Like, instead of having the Viking raids happen, like, perennially, it's like, oh, another rebellion got to put down. This one's bigger than the last.
Just go do it.
That's a real bad
Like, well, what's the
time.
demands? Oh, they want to secede and form their own country. Oh, well, great.
Well, I have 7,000 men and they have 13,000. Okay.
We gotta work it out. We gotta find compromise here.
It's not until cannons happen that you can really guarantee that you're gonna win against your fucking
We're gonna probably
rebels.
start sometime in the 1300s, so it's gonna be a long time. And there's gonna be way more forts in the game than there normally would be, because of how the forts are redistributed in the converter. So warfare, our high medieval warfare is gonna be like actual high medieval warfare, where it's like just these long sieges.
Nothing happens for a full year and a half. We're just waiting outside the gates for them to surrender.
Yep.
Fun.
Hope that a breach forms so that we can storm the fucker.
And that's a big if. Because if you storm it, you're going to lose like a good 4,000 men, no matter how many men they have.
I was thinking, we could potentially keep Perth as the capital. We could if we wanted to.
If you just have London as the main trade city, I guess.
Yeah, I was thinking what you could do, it would all depend on how much development it starts with when we go over. Like,
Yeah.
if you can develop St. Johnstone a lot, Crusader Kings, and if we can start with, like, 25 plus development in Perth in the regular game, then we totally can make do with that and then just move the trade node, the main trade port down to London and have, like, one of those. They're both the capitals kind of situation, where one's like the de jure and then the other's the de facto capital, basically.
I guess that's fair. As long as the trade capital is down in London, I guess it wouldn't be too big of a deal. But it's just, why not have both?
If the starting developments of Perth is fine, then it'll be good. Then it'll be all right.
Fine is real relative, though, too. 'Cause
Well, by the time we reach to the era where it wouldn't be fine, look at that. Remember how bad he was in the beginning when you first played him?
I
Went up
do.
there and
Smack him down.
It really scared me.
New game. So New Game Plus, it lulls you into a false sense of security. Because the first area to 3 areas, they're pretty fine, and then suddenly there's a spike. And it's like, oh no.
Like, I'm in a new world now.
Uh-huh. You'll
Look
do
at how many blood souls
perfectly
you still have.
fine for quite a while, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh no.
That's like enough for a good 3 level ups.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
You have enough strength. By the way, you have enough skills to where you totally, absolutely do not need to be keeping the strength weapons.
That's true.
Like your stats are such that you're sticking to strength weapons for no particular reason.
Mostly just because it's what I'm comfortable with. Go away. Go away.
But yeah,
I'm really
could
just doing this because I don't know what else to do.
I was about to say we probably just end this stream early. For free.
Freedom.
We defeated Bloodborne.
That's a
Freedom.
word I haven't heard in a long time.
Like free, the rest of the night's off.
What? Since when? I guess.
Like, and then there's the mandated games that have to be played on Saturday and Sunday, and then Tuesday and Thursday are free again.
I'm so free.
You
I've
can
never
even
been
have-
more free. I'm flying
You can
away.
even have different
You
games.
can't
on
fucking
Tuesday.
catch me.
Well, no. I want to do Diner Bros. I put a rope on you.
Once
like, I
we
want-
finish up what we're doing in Valheim and we get all of our... Once we beat all of the bosses, I should say, in Valheim, then I will probably cede Sundays back to you people. And you can have them back, and I can rest on Sundays.
Take that as a day of rest.
Yes. I can have a weekend day that's not taken up with work that I give myself.
I still have so much D&D stuff to do.
What is this place? I've never been here
Like I've
before.
seen it, perhaps in a dream.
Like you need 1 insight to interact with a doll, and you fully have like 60. Go up to Garen, it's like, I killed you!
Hello. But I know you. Oh,
They're giving you weapons.
I guess I could use
Which
one of
one?
these. Give me this one. I don't have that one yet.
Yeah.
Give me
Free shit.
that one. Hey, I killed you.
Welcome
Yeah,
to
I'm the new guy. Hi, Garmin. I know who you are.
I'm a god. I ascended, you know.
I've seen all of this before.
And then the 8 became 9.
Can I talk to the doll yet? Damn
You have to-
you.
Reload the area.
Fine.
Anyway, I think I'll actually get off of here.
I think I will too. Because
I've never felt so free.
I actually get to go make dinner now.
There was so much stuff I had to fucking do.
You sprinted, but you got there, and I helped.
There was a lot of sprinting. You did help, but there was so much sprinting.
There was so much sprinting. But okay, I'll go ahead and do this, and you people can go away. Go away. Are you still in my computer? Okay, you're not.
No.
Okay, I will speak to you boys probably tomorrow because we pretty much do every day.
Like, you people are always here now.
But I'll talk to you later, tomorrow, whenever.
Okie dokie.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.